Hello everyone, it's John and the producer Pippin. Hello mate, what you been doing? He's been having a good life. Been out for a wander, haven't you? Been out for a big wander? Yes, he doesn't say a lot, which is good. Doesn't get me into trouble then. It means I can get away with saying whatever I like on my channels. So my waffle this week. Oh dear. It's as you can see, exceptionally good production work here. It's weekly waffle time, and what's been up during the week? Well, not a lot, to be honest. It's been fairly quiet. Oh, actually no, I've had 2 gaming sessions with my friends. So I had had a game during the week with Dana, and we tried Dice Forge, which was hilarious because that is a game where you are changing the faces of the die that you get to roll, and her daughter Reese was joining in with us, and it was incredibly hilarious watching them trying to change the face on the die because they're trying to pluck them off. And Dana was taking forever, and Reese was trying to see if she could pluck an eye out with the flying dice face. So just think Lego. Just think aerial Lego, I think, is the best way to think of Dice Forge. Could almost be a game in itself, I think. Maybe the designers of Dice Forge should think of exploding dice. Might be a far more entertaining way of marketing their game. But no, Dice Forge was quite good. We engaged in a game of Hanamakoji, which is a nice game of competing geishas, or competing for geishas. So the artwork on those cards are beautiful, and the game mechanics is very, very simple. So for a 2-player game, it is really, it's quite good. So it only took 3 rounds this time to come to a winner, rather than, I think, the marathon 7 or so, I think, that we had the last time that we played. So we did that. During the week we played Parks, which again, I don't know, I think we're coming to the opinion that it's an okay game, but it's not a game I think that we'd readily go chasing a game for. Doesn't seem to be quite that satisfying. Oh, don't get us wrong. It's a beautifully presented game. The artwork on the cards representing the national parks in the United States, and certainly the components in the game are beautiful. But there just seems to be something really lacking with, I guess, with the game. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't seem to be something there. Yeah. Then we played Ticket to Ride, and I think there was going to be blows coming towards the end of that game. I think with the fact that we with the business with the tickets and scoring, because we were quite interested as to why Nick was taking tickets at the end to try, and because we thought, oh, she must have some cunning plan if she's drawing tickets, when we thought, oh, she's got this game sewn up, because she took the tickets, and we thought, oh, okay, she must have some plan to score additional points on routes that she's already got sewn up. And of course that took her backwards. And oh dear, I don't know. But anyway, that was, well, yes, anyway, that was, maybe I shouldn't be laughing. If Nick is watching this, please forgive me. But no, it was, haven't played Ticket to Ride for for ages, and it's, you know, one of those simple games that is, oh, hello, you're going to have your 2 cents worth. You're coming to somebody's defence. Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough. Oh, what's this? What are you doing? You comfortable? Oh, you're not Hang on. We've got a revolution happening here. Oh, somebody needs to rearrange himself. There, are you happy now? What we do for our pets, eh? Yes, that's it. He's happy yesterday. Oh, yesterday we had dramas. He was, it was quite cool yesterday, and I was sitting on the back deck, and because I wasn't doing anything, so I was sitting on the back deck doing crossword puzzles, and realising how poor my vocabulary has diminished. Most people go, oh, that's unbelievable, John, that your vocabulary has diminished that badly. Well, maybe not diminished, but my capacity to be able to associate words with other words is diminished. But yeah, so I'm sitting on the back deck doing a crossword, or attempting to do a crossword. Perhaps cheating at crosswords might be the best. But anyway, sitting there, and his lordship comes up to me, jumps on my lap, and initially I'm thinking, hello, somebody's got a bad case of wind, and oh, you know I'm talking about you. Somebody knows I'm talking about him now, and he's going, are you telling a bad story about me, Dad? Yes. Yeah, somebody had a very pooey bottom. Yes, it's a problem with small men with hairy asses. So, of course, he decided, because of that, of course, it's all over my genes. So, somebody got a bath yesterday in the cold weather. Not the best of things for little dogs. So, he ended up, of course, he's lovely and soft now. Yes, you are. Oh, he says, yes, I am a lovely soft puppy. Yes, I know you are. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, he loves the attention. So yeah, that was yesterday's little drama. So of course he's had to go and shave his backside, which I don't think he was very impressed with. So just as well he's neutered. But yes. So what else was? See, you get all sorts of things when you listen to my waffle. So all sorts of entertaining. Entertaining bits and pieces. He says, Dad, my dignity has been shattered. Yes. He said, next thing you'll start talking about my sex life. Well, we don't have any, do we? No, that's right. We live in monastery cells now. What colour's yours? Mine's duck egg blue. What? Yours is sea green? Oh, fair enough. Yes. Do you get that stage in life? But yeah. All right. So yes, we had some good games during the week, and we're hoping that we'll catch up with some games during the week coming up. And I think next weekend is, I think, the main weekend that all the ladies will be able to get together for the main game. Hopefully I can get there, but that's the weekend that my Imperial Assault is, which is my Imperial Assault game is scheduled. So, which is interesting because I've got a leaderboard which you will see probably attached at the beginning of this video, and I've decided to call the team the bad guys, because the rebels are the bad guys. Rebels are always the bad guys. Anybody who revolts against the mainstream government are bad guys, aren't they? Is that what it is? But anyway, so rebels are the bad guys. So that drew a few a few comments from some people somewhere along the line going, how dare you call the rebels the bad guys? They're the good guys. It comes from whose perspective we look at things, is it not? Well, who knows? Who knows? But what else? What else is there? So I've also got at the very beginning, which you will see, I've listed a whole heap of books because it's been a while, well, maybe not a while, it's been a while, maybe a month, maybe a bit more. Let me pull my... See, my eyesight's getting a bit poor. A whole heap of new books that I've gone and acquired. Some I've read, some I've listened to, some are on my list of... I will get there very shortly once I finish listening to them. But, pardon me, one that I've just finished is by M.M. Crumley, which is The Immortal Doc Holliday. And I can quite recommend that one. It's an interesting one where Doc Holliday has been cursed, if you cursed, I don't know, or gifted, who knows. But anyway, he's essentially immortal, and basically he gets his life by, well, killing people. But he chooses who he kills, and he kills bad people. Yes. So he gets his life essentially from these tattoos that are tattooed on him, and they're the source of his ability to gain his immortality. So he goes around. He has I guess a bit of a hedonistic life, really. But I'm still trying to get to grips with what the long-term goal is anyway. But there's a Bureau of Cryptid, I think BCA, Bureau of Cryptid Affairs. And like all things, the book seems to give this usual thing of, the Americans have, distrust of all government bureaus or any government organisations, and this seems to be coming through with this book. So, but no, in any case, it's quite interesting. About the only criticism I do have is that the author's makes reference to her previous book, which is I can't remember what the title is, but I'm obviously going to have to go and get that one and read it to find out more information about this particular universe that she's written about. But yes, it looks good. Another one I've got is by John Corwin, which is The Chronicles of Cain. I've only started the first book, which is The Last Unicorn, I think it's called. And it's quite good. I think I'm about 80-90% of the way through, so I haven't quite finished it yet. It looks quite promising, so I can so far at this stage recommend that one. One that I've picked up that I haven't started yet is by Layla Lawler, which is Keeley and Associates, and that was what was that called? Dragon and Associates. Hang on, let me have a look. Did I put it in here? Dragon and Detective. That looked interesting. So I thought, I'll have to give that one there a try. Then one of my favourite authors, N.P. Martin. I spotted two books that I don't have in my that I haven't read yet, which are the Greytown Horrors. There's one novel in that, and Dead Sun Confidential, which I believe's in the Ethan Drake universe. And I noticed too that the final book in the Ethan Drake series is finally out in audio, which is excellent because I love listening to Hademus, the undead Helicorn. Well, actually, he's not undead anymore. He's now living. So, but look, honestly, in many cases, audios make a book come to life, and they just really do so well. They do so well. Brad Magnarella, I notice, has got a new book with his Prof. Croft series called Shadow Duel. It came out. So I've got that. I'm hoping it's just as good as the others. It's on my list to be read. The same with Orlando Sanchez, one called Requiem for who is it? For Sanchez? Strong, Montague and Strong, the Montague and Strong series. I love that. So again, if you can get the audio, they're excellent because I love Peaches when Peaches talks, because Peaches is the hellhound who's got a voice of Vince what's his name? I can't remember his name now, but he comes across in a lovely English accent of bloody hell, I can't remember it now. It's dreadful, but well worth listening. Mark Caine, finally, another book for Steve Minion. Called A Room of Steve's Own. So if you've read any of the Hell's Circle books, finally there's another one for that. So I'm hoping there will be finally there'll be an audio for that in due course, but at least now I've got a book to continue on there. So that series is another one I highly recommend, because the people that Mark Caine has decided populate hell is exceedingly hilarious, and what Satan puts these people through is just as entertaining. Then there's a hilarious, well, I don't know, maybe some people might find it offensive, but many people know that I'm not particularly fond of the French, but there's a book by Stephen Clark called Annoying the French Encore. I could only get this one because the book that I really want, which was I think its title was Annoying the French. Yeah, because I can't find what the original one was, but 1,000 Years. I think it might have been 1,000 Years of Annoying the French, I think was the first book. I can't even find it as a online as an ebook, which was annoying. But I've got the sequel, so that'll have to pacify me at the moment until I can track myself down another copy of the first one. So maybe it's being pulled because the French complained about it being issued about them. But yes, it's on my list. I'm slowly wading my way through, and as always, one can't help but laugh at the French. Then who else was there? David Wood. Yes, he has. Look, if you love pulp adventures, the 1930s to the 1940s, that style. So if you watch The Rocketeer or The Shadow or that sort of adventure, the Indiana Jones type, he has a series of books called the Dane Maddock Adventures, and then there was also another one of his. Dane Maddock's companion was Bones Bonebreak, who was his an Indian Native American who was his companion, fellow adventurer. He's got a series as well, and they're quite good. I find them entertaining. So maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but I like that Indiana Jones style adventures. So they're quite good. So I recommend them. Another one I've picked up that I haven't quite read, it's a sort of a Victorian style series by P.H. Rose, which was the Curse Mage Case Files. So there's only one book. The rest is still coming. So that looks interesting. Then there was another one by Charlotte E. English called The Malakant Mysteries, and that's another Victorian style mystery series with a bit of okay, let me have a look. I will talk, seeing I've actually got Goodreads open at the moment. I've trying to remember what specifically drew me. Of course, see, this is the problem with Wi-Fi and not being connected directly to a so he's a servant to the to death. So yeah, it's an interesting looking Victorian style, or steampunkish. But anyway, we'll see how that one there goes out. So there's yeah. So as usual, I've got my finger in so many books at the moment, so it'll keep me entertained at least for another month, maybe less. Depends how quickly I read them and get through them, because I have a tendency that things go very, very quickly. Which brings me on to another thing, because somebody, I can't remember who it was, said to me, they said, "Oh, you must, it'd be wonderful to be, to be retired, or to, to not have to work anymore, and to have all this time, to spend on my hobbies and that." And the thing is that, look, to be quite honest, it's not. Having all the time in the world to think that you have time to do everything isn't all that wonderful. Because unless you have, I guess, a huge social circle of friends to entertain with, life is exceedingly lonely. So, it's really comes down to circumstances. Might be fine if you're a social butterfly and you know lots of people, and they are also in the same boat as yourself. Well, then, well and good. But if you're a person who's only got their wife as company and nobody else with which to spend your life time with, then time can be an exceedingly long and lonely period. So yes, it's not as wonderful as a lot of people like to think it is. So anyway, that's just my thought for people who seem to think that it's so wonderful when you've suddenly, it's why you see a lot of people, suddenly find that, when they retire, and so many of them don't know what to do with themselves. I can keep myself occupied, but, geez, it's bloody lonely. I have some, to be quite honest, I have a lot of, it's good when I have my social engagements with the ladies group, and I get out to play some games. But apart from that, I come home and there's virtually nothing to do. I just sit and read a book, and that's it. It's the only entertainment. So, yeah, dull and boring me, hey? Oh no, I've got my friend. I've got my good friend Pippin, who keeps me company. Don't you, mate? Oh, and even he's gone to sleep. Oh, it's a sad life, isn't it? Yes. So, what else? What else has happened? Yeah, that's pretty much it, really, for me. So the books, some games. No, the only other thing was that sadly my wife, we had were informed this week that my wife's uncle had passed, and that brought up the concept of mortality. And it was interesting that to hear that, for instance, my wife actually said that she was scared of dying. And of course, for me, I'm not scared of dying myself. Death has no hold over me, if you'd like to call it that. Pain does. I'm not particularly fond of the concept of pain, but death itself has no hold on me whatsoever. But it was just interesting, the fact that for many people, the concept of wanting to live forever is interesting, because the wife and I have had many conversations about, for instance, this quest for immortality that many people seem to desire. This this business of living forever, and yes, it's an interesting concept which we've had many conversations, and I've said that immortality is not for humanity. They don't deserve it. Yes. And with that, I think I will leave my maudling self to the end. Somebody's gone to sleep on my leg, which is now extremely dead. It's the problem when you start to get older, well, certainly in this body anyway. My leg has gone dead, and it's about ready to fall off. So, look, everybody, I hope your week ahead is good, and so I shall leave you with that. So, till next time, signing off, the Honourable John.